Welcome to the Ask Amanda Show, where we solve everyday problems for the small business owner. Get nuggets of inspiration, access to experts, and answers to those burning questions preventing you from growth. Here's your host, Amanda Benson-Tilch.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ask Amanda Show. I am really excited about today's guest and topic. I have Rachel Cosgrove sitting here with me, and we are going to talk about teamwork and the importance of building a great team in your company and what you've done with your team and how they've helped you grow your business. Let me tell you a little bit about Rachel, who she is, and why, I always say this, why she's qualified to sit here with us today. But this is the point, is to help all of you guys. So Rachel Cosgrove is the co-owner and operator of Results Fitness for over 20 years, a gym here in Santa Clarita Valley that she owns with her husband, where she leads her team on their mission to change the way fitness is done. She also works full-time in their second business, Results University, which is a business consulting firm they use, you guys developed, I guess, to help entrepreneurs create successful businesses. She is the author of 2 books, Drop 2 Sizes and The Female Body Breakthrough. So she's like the real deal, you guys. I didn't just pull somebody out of like a local gym. This lady sitting next to me has really done it from the ground up and done it herself, which is why, I love these kind of people. So when we come back, we're going to hear a little bit more from Rachel, how she got here, and we're going to talk all things teamwork. First, we're going to take a message to hear from our sponsors, because without our sponsors, none of this is possible. So we'll be right back.
As business owners and professionals, you have so much on your plate. You never stop to think about your headshots, marketing video, or personal branding until you need it now. Then you're scrambling to figure out what to wear, how to match your brand, what to say, how to reach your target audience, and how to use your visuals in a way that actually makes an impact in your marketing.
You quickly realize you don't have any of the answers because you're not supposed to. You're not a professional marketer, model, or TV personality. You're an executive who needs efficiency, superior quality, and a little direction. You also want to feel good when you step in front of the camera, and maybe even have a little bit of fun too.
Hi, this is Brian and Lindsay Schlick with Schlick Art Photography and Video. We provide professional headshots, marketing photography, business videos, video subscriptions, and more to help you market your business with compelling visuals and a streamlined experience. We guide you through the process every step of the way, so you can feel your best on camera and make the biggest impact in your marketing.
Visit schlickart.com to see how we can help you take your brand to the next level and look good while doing it.
Welcome back to the Ask Amanda Show. I'm sitting here with Rachel Cosgrove, owner of Results Fitness and Results University. And I brought her on the show today because I think that there's a lot of value that you can offer in regards to building out your team. You obviously have a very successful business, too, actually.
Thank you.
The gym and the coaching consulting business that you have for business owners. And I know that you didn't do it all by your little old self. So that there's a team behind you. And I really want to talk about I want you to share with us how you got where you are, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper into that. But why don't you share with us how you built Results Fitness? Maybe a shorter version, because I know that's a long story. But why don't you open up and share with us a little bit about that, and then also how you transitioned into opening Results University.
Sure. Well, sure. Almost 21 years ago, we opened Results Fitness, and my husband and I really to create something different in our industry. We were frustrated with the standards in the fitness industry and felt like, we could do better. We could, a lot of people had negative experiences. They, bad customer service, just never feeling comfortable at a gym. And we really wanted to create something different. And we had worked at a number of different gyms and been a part of different teams and had a number of different bosses and, learned the thing. And so as we opened our own place, one of our things was to really create a place where we kind of took things that worked from places we had worked and things that didn't work and made sure we created a place that was changing the way fitness is done. And it wasn't just about changing the way fitness is done for our clients and for people who were coming into our gym, but also for our team. And that was from the beginning. We knew we wanted to, because being a personal trainer and what we did for our living was not taken seriously.
Oh, good point.
It's something that, oh, you do that on the side.
Right.
It's not really.
What's your real job?
Right. What's your real job?
Yeah.
You know, like, and you know, it's something that people don't see as a professional, you know? And so we really wanted to set a new standard in our industry. And so part of that was our team. And it was, you know, really the people that we brought on board. We wanted to give them an opportunity to have a career. We wanted it to be, you know, I mean, 21 years ago, there was not a career in fitness, and that wasn't
That's
a
a good
path,
point.
you know. And now it is a path, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
So that was part of our vision.
Okay.
As we built Results Fitness.
And then kind of transitioning over to the coaching and consulting side with Results University, what did you take some of those same team members, or did you use the same strategies to hire for that to help you with that as well, or kind of like how did you transition? You know, because they're two different businesses.
Yeah, so the second business is really, you know, every business comes out of creating a solution to a problem, right?
Yeah.
So we had a number of fitness trainers who were contacting us and saying, how do you run your business? What do you do? Can I come watch you? And we're like, yeah, sure, come on by, you know?
Yeah.
And they'd follow us around, and we would, you know, be like, you know, okay, you know, here's what we do. Here's our spreadsheets. Here's what we, you know, and we show them how we run our business.
So that's interesting to me because you weren't afraid of the competition, of that being competition. You were actually willing to show them. I commend that. I think that's so great because there's room for everybody. I always say that. There's room for everybody.
Well, and I think anybody who's successful has an abundance mindset, right?
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
So we did, and you know, and then you know, we did start to turn it into a business, and you know, hey, we could charge for this, and started to charge for them to come, and then we did it in groups of 10 where they would come out and you know spend time with us.
And you run it like a university,
it's
like
a business.
it's a course.
Originally, it just started as something that you know it kind of grew, and then as it kept growing and growing, we started to realize this is like a whole separate thing that we're doing, and we started to speak more at conferences and started to do more consulting and really start to build a name for ourselves in the industry, and so that grew out of the first business, you know, really. And so as that grew, you know, it started just again, you know, my husband and I were the only employees of our first business of Results Fitness, and as we started to build our second business, we had started to build our team. One of the first people we hired for that first business was having somebody to help with keep you organized.
Right.
Having some kind of, you know, administrative assistant, office manager.
So kind of behind the scenes, a person behind the scenes.
And she always jokes that her job is to make us look good. Like literally, that's her job.
Right.
Like, everybody thinks I have it all together.
In the fitness industry, that's pretty ironic.
Yeah.
Actually.
So she, you know, she's behind the scenes, like, no, you're supposed to be here. No, you have to do this. You know. So and a lot of people make the mistake of hiring somebody just like you as your first employee, especially in our industry, because they'll hire another trainer. You'll hire, you know, like if you're a personal trainer.
Because you need to make the money.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to hire, and then pretty soon you're the one doing all of the stuff that you're not good at, like, you know. And you don't
marketing
like it.
Or anything around operations or like paying the bills.
Answering the emails, like calling the clients that are, you know, cards got declined or whatever, like stuff that, you know, you're better off in your
skill set
sweet spot where you make money, right? Where you know, you help people.
Right.
And so getting her on board full time, she was a game changer for us. So I think you gotta, you know, that first key employee, and we didn't do that. The first employees we hired were other trainers.
Yeah.
We made that mistake. We went down that road and realized, wait a minute, I'm the one in the office, like calling the people whose cards got declined and doing all of the bills and, you know, doing this stuff. And they're out there having fun on the floor. Like,
which is what you want to be doing.
I want to be out there. And, you know, and I'm doing really, it's a, you know, $10 to $15 an hour job.
Yeah.
And like, I'm actually a coach who, you know, usually bills out at, you know, a higher rate, right? So like just thinking about what your hourly rate is, thinking about what your sweet spot is and where you need to be in your business, but then who do you need to support you? Right. And it's going to be somebody who's good at things that you're not good at. And so that's key
to hiring for the position that you need. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's your first employee. And I think as you're building your team, like getting that first key person who she's still a part of. So now she works for us in our other company in Results University.
So 21 years.
21 years.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
And this is why I wanted Rachel on the show, because not just to but because there is a lot to be said for how you treat that person to have them stay. And, you know, when we look at a lot of these companies that have, or if you yourself have a lot of turnover, you might want to take a look at why that is, right? And figure out how you can keep that employee. And you've obviously done that with not only her, I know you have quite a few people that have been with you for years. So I think that that's crucial. I love that you said that she's still your employee and that you've helped her grow as well. And now she's helping you manage another part of your business. Yeah, which is crucial.
So that, in answer to your question of, is it the same team? Yes, over time as that grew and as our team grew and we did start to use people in both companies.
Well, you saw what their strengths were and what you needed help with.
Right.
Yeah, and there's a lot of similar aspects to both companies. You need somebody to pay the bills, to run the QuickBooks. You need somebody to, check on payments and credit card, and somebody to do marketing. So like if they're good at it there, they're going to be good at it here.
Right.
So that's leveraging the talent that you've got, I guess, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. Which is what you've done really well, I think. Well, can you also share a little bit about what do you do to help make them stay, like in terms of retention? Is there something that you actually do physically or coaching wise, or talk about what people can do to help keep their employees?
Okay.
The good ones anyway.
So, first of all, get good ones, right?
right. That's key.
Which, and I would say you got to figure out this is a bigger picture discussion of culture and core values.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you stand for? What's your company stand for? And what, do you have core values in place? Our entire hiring, our interview questions, we're trying to figure out if you have our core values. And if you're a part of our culture.
Yes.
I don't actually care in the beginning if you can do the job.
Right.
I care if you have the right attitude, if you have our core values, if you're going to be a good fit for our team. And if there's one core value that you don't have, then you're not going to work.
Yeah.
And so when we got that dialed in, when we got our core values dialed in, and then to create our interview questions off of our core values.
Which is crucial, right?
Crucial.
Yep.
And it's, for example, one of our core values is have fun and a sense of humor. So one of our interview questions is, tell me a joke.
Nice.
And it's always they don't expect it, right?
Right.
It's like they're, what? Tell you a joke? I don't,
Yeah.
But then we kind of, people will freeze and we'll give them a chance to
who remembers a joke? I don't know. Or does it have to be clean?
Sometimes we try to tell them a joke, then we'll go, we'll tell you a joke. And then we've had people even after the interview, emal us in a really funny joke.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, okay, I got one, and
Yeah.
so, but it's just kind of, you want to see how they respond. Yeah. It's not the typical interview questions. So thinking through what your core values are and what you stand for, I think is key, because then you get the right people on board who the expectations are set up front, right? So it's a very, you're setting that table.
They support those core values.
Yeah, and these core values are how we act. We lead by example. We exceed expectations. We bring our best. These are all our core values. And so as a team, we all expect them of each other. So it starts to manage itself, because now, as a team, when you're brought on board, you're like, this is who I am. And this is who we all are, and now we're all a part of this really cool culture that is these core values.
Supporting each other as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to just pause on that for 1 second, because I think that the core values, do you also use your core values when you're looking for your clients or your coaching?
Anybody.
Yeah.
Right? And even vendors. That we use.
Yeah. If they fit in there.
Yeah. Do they fit with our culture and who we are? Because
I think that's important. So I bring that up because there's a lot of businesses that I have worked with in the past that don't even have their core values, or they struggle on their vision and the mission statement and all these things around that. And I think it's so important, because look at how you use them. So you've developed your core values, and now not only are they just for you and your husband and maybe management, which is a lot of what people think, they're just for management and upper directors and upper staff, but really they're really for the entire team, and then also who you want to work with. I think that's crucial. So
it's so crucial.
Yeah, core values are huge. And
in the beginning,
I'm surprised at how many people don't do it.
Yeah, or they do it like we did in the beginning.
And then it goes in some book somewhere.
And we stuck it in a drawer,
Right.
Okay, that's done, put that away.
Check it off my list.
And then we'd use the regular interview question, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses?
I actually remember at a point, and I don't know if it's on there now, but you had your core values on your website.
Oh, they're everywhere. Yeah, they're on our wall. They're part of our language.
Right.
Every team meeting, we focus in on a core value.
You guys take note of that. I mean, a successful business really runs off of your core values. And so if you need help writing your core values, you can ask us. We'll help you. But I think that's
and make
a
sure,
good point.
Yeah, you have to be the, when you said, look at yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be the exemplary example of your core values.
Yeah,
so
right.
You can't have core values and then you're not actually living by them. Like if you're not the one who's like, wow, like, you know, you're really living by example. So the owners or, you know, the leaders have to take total ownership. And we did, when we put our core values together, it was a team effort. So, you know, I said, hey guys, here's some of what I'm thinking our core values need to be. What, you know, do you guys have it? And our list of core values, one of our coaches who's been with us for 15 years, he contributed one of the core values, which is be we, not me.
Oh,
and,
nice.
you know, he was like, hey, what about be we, not me? And I was like, hey, I love that. Yeah, you know,
that's who you are.
And so he, you know, that's like, it's all of ours.
Yeah.
And they all take ownership of it. And if you guys notice, all of our core values are very short and memorable.
Yeah.
So
you can't forget them. You have to live by them.
We talk about like we speak in core values, you know, like that's like our language. Yeah. You know, so anything that comes up, any decision we have to make, it's like, oh, well, you know, this is like, we need to exceed expectations. So how do we do that?
Right.
You know?
Well, I love all that. There's some great takeaways there. I hope you guys are taking notes. Pun intended. But I think what we're going to do, so we're going to pause for a second. We're going to hear from our sponsors. And when we come back, I really want to talk to you a little bit more about retention and how you keep these wonderful people on staff with you, and also how you're setting them up for success as well. Because it's like, I'm sure the same person doesn't still get paid the same amount that you hired them at along like 21 years ago, you know? How are you helping them with their growth too? So we get back from a word from our sponsors. We're going to hear more from Rachel about just, I guess, retention.
Okay.
Company retention. We'll be right back. If you're a business owner or entrepreneur, then you know how to hustle. You show up every day, you put in the work, and you dedicate yourself day in and day out to making that amazing dream come true. But building a brand doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes it feels like no matter how hard you try, you just can't get past a certain block, fix a specific problem, or take that next step on a daunting project. How do you get yourself from where you are to where you want to be? That's when you ask Amanda. Hi, I'm Amanda Benson-Tilch of Ask Amanda, a boutique consulting firm driven by passion and good ideas. I help solve everyday problems for the small business owner, from customer service to marketing to goal setting. I've never met a client I wasn't able to help, because if I can't solve your problem myself, I'll connect you to the person who can. Are you ready to finally break through your toughest problems? Visit askamandaconsulting.com to see how I can help. Because if you ask me, you'll get a solution. Welcome back to the Ask Amanda Show, where I'm sitting here with Rachel Cosgrove, owner of Results Fitness and Results University, talking all things teamwork, because it's super important when you're building out your successful businesses to have people help support you. When we left after the last break, we were going to talk about retention and how you keep these wonderful employees. So why don't you share a little bit? Is there a secret sauce?
A secret sauce. I mean, you know, so we talked about core values and culture and getting that all figured out. But once you figure that out, as a leader, you have to give them an idea of where you're going. What's the mission? What's the vision? And I've always loved the book Good to Great by Jim Collins. He talks about getting your team all on board your bus, and your bus is headed toward a mission. And so I've always used that analogy. I think people are very visual. And so when you have visuals you can use with your team, I think it's super powerful. So I would often refer to the bus, and we're all on a bus and we're headed on a mission towards changing the way fitness is done, and everybody's on a different seat in the bus. And, you know, sometimes those seats could change, and maybe we have an open seat, or maybe we need to, you know, maybe, and a lot of times the conversation I would say would, you know, if I felt like somebody was kind of drifting off or not totally focused on our mission, you know, all I have to say is, you know, hey, I feel like you're kind of looking out the window, or I need to pull the bus over. Like, is everything okay? And they would go, oh, no, I'm on the bus. I want to be on the bus. I'm like, okay, great.
I love that. Did you give them that book to read?
No,
I'm curious.
I shared the story with them.
Yeah,
and,
that's cool.
And then, you know, not long, or probably, 5 or 6, I don't know when that book came out, but Lean In from Sheryl Sandberg. She has one of my favorite quotes in that book is she was offered the position at Facebook, and she couldn't decide if she wanted to take it because it was like not exactly the position she wanted, not exactly the seat on the bus that she wanted. And so she was asking her friend Eric Schmidt, who's the CEO of Google, what do you think? Should I take the job? I don't know. And he said, listen, if you get offered a seat on a rocket ship, you don't ask what seat, you just get on.
Yeah.
And especially if it's a rocket ship headed on a mission that you believe in.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite quotes, and I shared it with my team, and I was like, guys, we're trading in our bus for a rocket ship.
Right. You were altering the bus.
Yeah, and so we traded in our bus for a rocket ship. And so from that point on, we all refer to our rocket ship, and it's part of our language. Again, it's something that our team, like when we have a day, like lately, after post-pandemic, and we were busy, and there's a ton of things moving in a million different directions, and pivot, and we'll just walk by each other and be like, rocket ship, and we just know when we say rocket ship, we just know like we're doing stuff. We're going.
This is why we're here.
We have a mission, and we're on a mission, and we're making it happen. And
so you're sharing the culture and the vision with them.
So that's what
getting
keeps
them to buy in.
Yeah, because if you are just giving your team a list of to-dos, a list of here, this is your job today. Clock in, clock out. That's all I need from you.
Yeah.
Like they'll do it, and they'll be there for a while, and then eventually they're gonna move on because they aren't a part of something.
Yeah.
And especially like the millennial generation,
yeah,
they want to be a part of something.
Yeah.
And so if you start to show them that, hey, you're contributing to this bigger mission that we're on, they're going to be with you, as long as they can be.
Yeah.
And as long as you're paying them, obviously you got to pay them, an amount that they can cover their bills, and they can, they can live their life they want to live. And that's definitely a discussion you want to have with each team member of, where do we need to be that you're not worried about money? Because if they're worried about money, then they're going to have a hard time focusing.
They're going to be looking elsewhere too. Right. They're going to be constantly looking for another opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to look at your resources
really good point.
And figure out, from my resources, what can I afford, and have that conversation. But once you figure that out, then it's like, okay, now like we can move forward. And of course, as you have more resources, share, like, I always talk about, again, another visual is the pie, like we're all making a pie, and we all get a piece of the pie, and it's, it's not about your piece of the pie, it's about how big the pie is. And so, it's focusing on we, not me. We're all working on this one pie.
Which is really great. Do you do anything incentive-wise at all with them? Or have you done that in the past and maybe it didn't work? Or like, I'm just curious to know, like, we've all had little failures of where we try to do stuff and then, and some great successes. So it sounds like
we've tried different stuff. So the book Drive, Daniel Pink.
Okay.
He talks about.
So she's an avid reader, you guys, if you haven't picked up on this already. But like you always, and you're like a speed reader, I feel like. You always are sharing a new book.
These are all like old. Like,
no, but I mean, like on your social, you've always got your nose in another new book.
There's because there's so many great books.
I know.
Okay,
it's
so
good.
That book, he talks about the idea of incentives, right? So incentives with your team, and whether it's good or not, and whether in the science, they did a lot of research to figure out, if dangling a carrot in front of your team member works or not. If you do this, then you get this. And they found that having an incentive is actually a distraction. So instead of focusing on the mission, now you have your team focusing on the carrot.
Yeah.
And it actually can, not work.
Right.
And so instead, they talk about doing unexpected, doing an unexpected, celebration, or an unexpected, or like where you reward, right? It's kind of like a pet, right? Like when, Like when the pet does, something good, you reward the pet, and then they do it again, right? So it's like that idea of like our brains, the way our brains work, instead of saying, here, focus here, here's what you can get, then, that's like all they're, and then
that's all they're thinking
like,
about.
I just want my money, I just want, or whatever it is.
And they lose sight of what they're actually trying to do.
We're actually, we still need to do this, right? So instead, here's what we're doing, let's all do it. Let's see what we can do this month. Here's some goals we're going to lay out, and let's all work towards this goal. And then, you guys, we hit it, and then you could do something personal. Like if, that means the most, right? When you know your team well enough that you know that their favorite thing is whatever, like Disneyland. So you end up, getting them, tickets to go to Disneyland, or whatever their thing is. Or maybe it's, that you do a big team celebration and you all go out and, and then it's like, oh wow, that was fun and that was amazing, and that, then it's like an experience.
So we want to do it again.
Now what are we doing next month?
Right,
like
we have to hit these goals.
So we've kind of taken that approach rather than
incentives.
Than telling them, like here's how much you're going to make if you do this, if that makes sense.
Yeah, which I think is crucial. One of the things that we've done before with a client is I've asked them, like, have you actually talked to your team to ask them what's important to them? So like you've built this whole structure out in your mind. But what if they don't really care about that? Like, so it
Right.
sounds like kind of that's what you've done,
Yeah.
is asking them what is important to you and make it more personable so that then you deliver on that. It's like once you do meet these goals or whatever it is, we accomplish this one big task and we're finished with this, whatever, renovation or onboarding, whatever it is, then we get to do that and it matters more to them. I think there's a lot to be said with that because in the old, like I feel like the old school days of like running a team, people do just think of Vincent as, oh, like put together a bonus program and like that will be enough for them. And it's like, what if that doesn't matter to them?
Right.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
and then
I think,
again, it forces them to look at.
You have to share the share the pie. Like share, if you're making more money because
sure.
of your team, that's of course. But yeah, I think it's it means even more when you. And especially when you do something that's personal for your.
Do you guys do anything together? Because I know part of a team too, or with a corporate. Do you guys do anything together as far as like with community outreach at all, or like is there any way that you guys work together outside of work? Right? I don't know if that makes sense, but
a lot of the things we've done have been so we've done fundraisers and things that have happened at our business,
right,
as a team. So that's been most of the stuff. I mean, we have, most of the things that we've done as far as the community goes there's been a few things that we've, as a team gone and done, but.
Well, one of the things I know that you've done, not really outreach oriented, but definitely within the community is you guys have done like mud runs and things like that together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Where you coach each other along and.
Yeah. And there's a lot of local races, like, the local grit race. And so we definitely as a team, all train for it and then do the race together.
Which is fun. So even if you're not in the fitness world, this is still a fun thing to do. Like, because team building is kind of a big deal too. That's how you get to know each other outside of work. And so any little thing that you can do that's something like that, where it brings everybody, whatever the interest is, bring everybody together. And that's been successful for you guys, I know.
Absolutely. And we've even had, we've had businesses that we've had a team that we've coached, their business, like their employees to do the grit race,
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, so it's fun.
Oh, that's a good idea, you guys. If you're looking for something from team building exercise to do, that's a great one.
Yeah, no, it is fun.
Well, we're going to pause to hear from our sponsors again, and then we'll come back and we're going to talk a little bit more about I guess where viewers can connect with you. We'll flip the script a little bit. You get to ask Amanda some questions. Because that is like the topic of the show. But when we come back, or before we head to a sponsor, I want to do a little shout out because one of the things that's helped me get here is actually working with Jackie McDougall from Find Your Voice Academy. And she actually offers a little course, but I want to give you a little insight on who that is. It's called Find Your Voice Academy. And whether you're an expert or an entrepreneur looking to build your brand, or you just want to share your message in a meaningful way, which is what I've been doing here with the Ask Amanda Show, there's no better time to start a podcast, especially now where everybody's going digital. In 8 weeks or less, Jackie will take you from dreaming to launching your podcast with her proven step formula. And so if you, there is going to be a link right here that will give you a little free session. So basically, if you want to sign up for her course and you click on the link in below, or also in my show notes, I am going to offer a 30-minute free session with me to kind of help you get through maybe before you meet with Jackie. So take a look at that, Find a Voice Academy, link in my show notes. And when we come back, we're going to hear a little bit more how you can get a hold of Rachel. And she might have a little bonus to give away to you guys as well. And then we're going to flip the script. So we'll be right back.
Marketing isn't just about designing the right ad or creating the right slogan. It's about finding the right audience to engage with your ad. Capturing the attention of the right person is all it takes to make a client for life in today's digital world. Easier said than done, right? Well, what if you knew where your audience was already spending their time? Schlick Art Video podcasts provide a platform for local influencers to share their voices with key communities here in Santa Clarita. That means audience members know, like, and trust the recommendations of their hosts. That's why sponsoring a Schlick Art Video podcast is a great solution for your business. You get the benefit of a built-in audience, and most importantly, you walk away with a fully produced video commercial for your business that you can use however you like. Are you ready to reach your audience where they want to be found? Call Lindsay at Schlick Art at 661-313-3907 to inquire about becoming a sponsor for your favorite Schlick Art Video podcast, because it's time to join the conversation.
Welcome back to the Ask Amanda Show. I'm sitting here with Rachel Cosgrove, owner of Results Fitness and Results University. One thing before we get to how our viewers can connect with you, I want to ask you about the day-to-day of operations with your team. How do you actually avoid your team members always coming to you for the answers? Did you build out something like, how do you avoid that? Because you and Alan run your business.
We do, but we're not actually there day to day.
Okay.
So,
okay.
and it's definitely, it's like you hire a team and then you still end up doing all the stuff, right? 'Cause entrepreneurs are control. We want to be in control. So the easiest way and the quickest way to fix that is systems. You have to have systems in your business. And so a really easy formula that I think of when I'm putting together systems is every single system in your business will fall into being a checklist, a template, or a script. So if somebody comes to you and says, what should I do? This client wants to cancel their membership, and you obviously don't have a system in place because they would have just followed the checklist, right, that you would have put in place. So then if I go up to help them cancel the membership with the member, I'm going to, while I'm doing it, create a checklist so that way the next time this comes up, they can just go, okay, this is what I do. I don't actually need to go back and talk, find her. So anything that's in your business that you're finding yourself reoccurringly, being dragged into.
Repeating.
Just start to go through and create a system. One system, like if you create one system a week in your business, you'll have 52 systems in your business over the year.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
More than enough.
That's
feel
huge.
like.
Yeah. So,
no,
and
that's
that'll get you to a point where you don't have to be there and it will run because you have systems in place. So checklist, template, or a script.
I like it. That's good, you guys. I hope you're all writing that down. That was really good. Well, why don't you tell people where they can connect with you if they want to learn more about who you are, check out Results Fitness, the gym, maybe they want to get signed up or even, dive into some coaching with you as well on the business side of things.
Sure. I'm really active on social media, so you can find me on Instagram, rachelcosgrove.co. So, join me there. I would definitely love to connect with you there. And then our website, results-fitness.com. And I'll actually set up a free gift for you guys. I'd love for you guys to come in and, work out with us. And if you're interested, come on in. Free gift at results-fitness.com/free gift. So head over to that website, and I look forward to meeting you and seeing you at Results.
Listed below with all the fun graphics that we can, so you don't have to write that down right now. But it'll also be in our show notes. So
and as far as the business consulting, it's resultsfitnessuniversity.com. So
nice. Well, this is the moment in time of the show where we get to flip the script and you get to ask Amanda some questions. So fire away.
Tell me a joke.
Oh, here we go. I don't know that I can come up with a joke.
Come on, you have a sense of humor.
And my dad is constantly telling jokes. It's so dumb. All right, ready? I got this one. It's the dumbest thing ever, but my dad will get it. This is strictly for my father. So, okay, Dad, here you go. Some guys get on the bus, and the bus stops. Some guys get on the bus, and they walk in like this, or doing this. And the bus driver's going, what are you doing? I can see Brian laughing. And he's going, I got the beat, I got the beat, I got the beat. And the bus driver's like, cool. Next stop, some guy walks on, he's doing that. And the bus driver's, what are you doing? The guy's saying the same thing. Oh, I got the beat, I got the beat. Third time the guy gets in, the guy gets on, he's going like this. And the bus driver's like, oh, I know what's going on. You got the beat. He goes, no, man, I got a booger on my finger and I can't get it out. Dumb joke. Full of dumb jokes.
You're hired.
That is strictly for my father. Like, it's making me hot that I just said that out loud. But there you go. You want a joke? That's the only joke I can think of.
All right. How about let's talk books then?
Books. All right. Way better.
What's the last book you read?
I feel in competition with you because you read so much.
No, I'm not. I like talking about books.
All right. Shoot, I can't remember the last one I read that was really good. It was a story. But the one I'm currently reading now is called The Pumpkin Plan, and a friend sent it to me, and I love it. And I encourage you all to check it out. I'm sure you could get it on Amazon. I think I got it on Barnes & Noble, but The Pumpkin Plan is really good.
So The Pumpkin Plan, that's Michael Michalowicz. He wrote Profit First.
Yes.
So, have you read Profit First?
No. Did he write a book about toilet paper?
Yeah.
You did, right? Yeah. Okay, because that's on my list next to read.
Yeah. So we actually had him out as a keynote for our mastermind
That's so
coaching group,
awesome.
and he was amazing. He's a great presenter.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Profit First is that we use that book. I mean, that's not on team building, but
Right.
yeah. But Pumpkin Plan's great.
Okay,
So
I want to
yeah.
check out that one and then his toilet paper one too, because it's a concept, but you guys should check it out. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called like toilet paper plan or paper towel plan or
Something like that,
Something
yeah.
like that. I don't remember the name of it, but
I
yeah.
hate that. When I can't think of like your joke question, I can't think of it. And I just read another great story that my mom sent me, and it was really cute, but I can't remember it. Anyways,
So did I get another question?
you can ask me as many as you want. Yeah, you've got a few more you can do if you want. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I know marketing is your forte.
Yes.
So what would you say are the biggest mistakes that people are making in their marketing?
Probably trying to do it themselves and not outsource it, because, a lot of business owners, they take, as you know, you try to wear all the hats, and sometimes you fall flat. You are not really looking at, just like Facebook ads, for example. I talked to somebody that was doing it themselves because I can and I could do it. And they weren't really doing a good job on the photograph. They weren't getting the good, hits that they thought they could be getting, and really had to do with the photograph. And then it was their messaging. And one of the strategies, if you work with an actual marketing person, is that they would run maybe 2 or 3 ads, and they would pull out the one that actually performed better. Yeah. So just maybe they just don't try to do it all yourself, but I would say if they could outsource marketing when you don't come from a marketing background to fully get the benefits, it would be the best thing that you could do.
Yeah. Well, and the time that you save.
Yes.
I mean,
from trying to learn it all, and there's a lot of great marketers out there that know how to do it. And so why wouldn't you go to them?
Right.
Yeah. It'll free up a lot of time for you to do other things.
Yeah, to run your business.
Yes, to run your business. Well, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. No, but thank you for sharing everything.
Glad you could see me.
Yeah, right. I'm thankful that you shared everything that you did, because I really think it's important as all of us start to grow. A lot of us want to grow our businesses, and as we start to grow, we need to add to that business. And how you add to your business, which is what Rachel shared with us today, is crucial to getting you to those next growth steps. So I'm very thankful for you sharing and opening, the doors up of how you became so successful. I really appreciate it. Again, you can reach her on all the things in my show notes. So don't miss the opportunity to connect with Rachel. Everyone, thank you for sticking out another episode of the Ask Amanda Show. We will see you next time.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Do you have a topic you'd love to hear about? Or is there something you want to ask Amanda? Make sure to comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel so you get a notification whenever we post new videos.